If Robert Roberson is executed, it should give all Texans pause, because Texans should have faith and know that we are not executing innocent people.
And breaking news here at 10 o'clock as we go on the air. Just 20 minutes ago, the Texas Supreme Court ordering a stay in the Robert Roberson execution. He was set to die just 4 hours ago for the murder of his 2-year-old daughter. It is the breaking story that we have been following all day and through this night here on CBS News Texas. I'm Doug Dunbar.
I'm Nicole Baker. It is the story. We're actually getting that new ruling less than 2 hours before his execution warrant was going to expire. It was supposed to expire at midnight. Our JD Miles live from right outside of that prison in Huntsville. JD, it has been a day of legal limbo, of back and forth. Walk us through what this means now.
Well, Nicole and Doug, it means that this case is on hold and the execution's on hold for at least weeks, possibly months, who knows how long. But the case is going to the Texas Supreme Court, and it's up to the 9 justices there how they're going to handle this, if they're going to have any oral arguments or if they're going to rule on this at some point. And this stay of execution will remain in place until that stay is lifted and until all the appeals are exhausted in this case. So there's still a lot. It opens up a lot more doors for the Robert Roberson camp and their efforts to prevent him from going to the death chamber. He obviously is back inside a holding cell here, and who knows where he'll go from here. But we saw a large contingent of prison guards out here and staff from about 4 p.m. until about 9:45, about 10 minutes after this decision popped up online. And we all saw it here. There was a group of protesters down the hill. They ended up announcing it over a loudspeaker, about 20 of them, and they broke into a cheer. So obviously it's good news for them and for those a lot of the people around the area, around the world, who've been following this case and pleading with state leaders and courts to grant clemency or at least put off this execution.
Yeah, give us this is not your first time, obviously, in Huntsville for a death row inmate and an execution. Talk to us about the day today. From how many people were there? Was this more than normal? Was it less? And then obviously the way things played out through this night, without question, different than what the norm would be.
Mm-hmm. Well, we saw a familiar level of security expanding the perimeter around the area where the death chamber is. We saw protesters come out. Many of them are actually here for other executions that take place on a regular basis. But I think the most unusual sight here was seeing 2 state representatives, one from Williamson County, one from Harris County, a Democrat and a Republican. They were here in person. They may still be here, and they were very much wanting to speak their minds about this. They were scolding the leaders of the Attorney General's office, Ken Paxton, and in some respects, Governor Abbott, for not doing more to try to stop this. They believe, not only do they believe that Robert Roberson there wasn't enough evidence to convict Robert Roberson, they believe he's an innocent man and he should be not only free from a death sentence, but free from prison. And so seeing them out here was unprecedented, and to know that 80 other, or at least almost 80 other lawmakers were also pushing for this is something we've never seen in the history of executions here in Texas since it was reinstituted in the late 70s.
Yeah, so many questions, so much back and forth, JD. We saw it play out in real time. Now the next part here is to wait and see. JD, thank you so much, live in Huntsville for us. Thank you. And the quick background on how we get here tonight. Roberson convicted in 2002 for the murder of his 2-year-old daughter, then Nikki. His defense team had argued autopsy results revealed that his daughter died actually from pneumonia. The state lawmakers in his court believe Roberson deserves a new trial because the medical theory surrounding his daughter's death, shaken baby syndrome, has now been widely dismissed by some experts as junk science.